I'll mention the game of kickball, and no doubt you're going to conjure up some pretty fun childhood memories. Playing with your best friends or getting your family involved in a backyard game. It's kind of hard to imagine, though, that not all children have such memories. Many are just waiting for a family to love. So the Dave Thomas Foundation for Adoption is using every kick, catch, and throw to help kids find homes. Rita Sorensen is the CEO and president of the Dave Thomas Foundation. She's here to talk all about this Kickball for a Home event. So Rita, thank you for being with us.
Thank you for having us. Thank you.
So before we get to the event, I want you to share with us a little bit about what the Dave Thomas Foundation is.
Yep, the Dave Thomas Foundation for Adoption is a national nonprofit public charity that was founded by Dave Thomas, who was adopted. And we focus exclusively on children in North America's foster care systems who have been freed for adoption. They're in foster care through no fault of their own. They've been abused or neglected or abandoned, and now they're simply waiting for what every child deserves, right? A safe, loving, and permanent home.
And through your work, you guys have a pretty good record of finding these children loving homes. Talk about kind of the work and the results that you guys have.
We do. We both raise awareness about this issue across the nation so that people know these children are waiting to be adopted. But we also have some signature programs, one of which is Wendy's Wonderful Kids. It's a evidence-based model that helps social workers across the nation use a best practice to get some of the longest waiting children adopted, older children, children in sibling groups, children with challenges. And we're finding great success. We've served more than 13,000 children across the nation over the past decade, and we've finalized the adoptions of nearly 6,000 children. And again, these are those children who have been waiting the longest for families.
And that is it. You have this, the way of helping those kids that sometimes feel as if there is no hope for them.
Yeah.
And that's probably a very rewarding thing on both sides.
It's great. These are kids that sometimes fall through the cracks, that people have misperceptions about, that think they'll be fine at 18 if they just leave the system and they're on their own. No child at 18 is ready to live without a family. No one is ready to live without a family.
Absolutely not.
So we're excited to be able to use this program across the nation to help those children.
Why do you think that it has been such a success?
I think because we really look at what's best for the child, and so we kind of flip child welfare around and look for the best possible family for a child, understanding their unique circumstance, their unique journey through foster care, who they are as an individual. So really focusing on the unique needs of a child and then finding the family that can meet those needs and support that child through their lifetime.
We want to help even more children find homes. So that is what's going on this weekend, this Kickball event, Kickball for a Home. So tell me about it.
It's a great way to both have fun with your family at a great event. You were right at the beginning. Who doesn't think of kickball as just a fun thing to do? You don't have to be an athlete to play kickball, right? It's a great game, and it's a way for us to have competitive teams playing on a beautiful day in Columbus, Ohio, raise awareness about foster care adoption, and raise funds for the Dave Thomas Foundation for Adoption.
Right, that is the goal of this entire thing. So how many teams do we have this year? What's the day look like?
We've got 24 teams. It'll be a competitive game, and it'll come down to the winning team at the end of the day. It's a great day-long event with food and fun and kickball. Teams get to compete against each other, and the reality is everyone wins because we're supporting foster care adoption.
And you mentioned the 24 teams. It's too late to form a team. You've got those settled already, but it is not too late to come down and enjoy and support, right?
That's right. Anybody can come. It's at the Fred Beekman Park at OSU. Anybody can show up and watch and think about participating maybe next year at the kickball event. People can go to davethomasfoundation.org and support a team, or actually just learn more about foster care adoption.
And most importantly, so all of this money, which is going to your final mission, how exactly do you use that money?
We use 90 cents of every dollar that comes into the Dave Thomas Foundation for Adoption goes directly back out to programs like Wendy's Wonderful Kids, supporting adoption professionals across the nation who diligently work to get our children into families.
What would you say to somebody who is out there wondering, maybe this is time for me to be a foster, for me to look into adoption? What would you say to them?
Think of the child. Think of a child that's sitting in care right now wondering where their family is, where they're going to go to school, who's going to tuck them in at night. And if they're thinking about adoption, just think about foster care adoption. Give us a call. We can start that process of information and getting them connected to a child.
All right, Rita, again, that event Kickball for a Home is tomorrow, or this weekend, I should say, I'm sorry, Sunday, May 15th at the Fred Beekman Park. The tournament starting at 11 a.m. So come on down, support the cause, and just have a good time.
Have a good time. That's what it's all about. Thanks so much.
All right, thanks.